I'm assuming most of you subscribed right now have found me through my tutorials, and for the most part, how I grew my channel was through tutorials. Back in 2018, I posted my first one, but the thing is, it always wasn't like that. The first video I actually ever posted on this channel was back in June of 2016, and that was for my single, When You're Gone. So up until 2018, I kept posting music over and over again on this channel without gaining any views, any traction on that music, and it wasn't until I started posting tutorials that my channel started to gain traction. And if it wasn't for those tutorials and the tutorials I still make today, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. However, at the core of it, my channel has always been a music channel. And to this day, I still release my own music on this YouTube channel. What's up, geniuses? My name is Adriel Vera, and welcome back to the channel where we learn to show you genius. I've been saying channel a lot. You guys are awesome, and every time I drop a new song on this channel, you guys are awesome, and every time I drop a new song on this channel, it always gets a couple thousand views within the first couple of weeks. So I really appreciate you guys. You're amazing. The main platform that really drives new ears to my music is Spotify, and I talk about it a lot in previous videos. My past few songs have gotten over 14,000 streams each, and in 2020 alone, I've accumulated well over 60,000 streams and 12,000 individual listeners. I always say that Spotify is the best platform for new artists because it is the easiest to build some traction and gain an audience if you got nothing to start off with. But I say easiest because it is easy once you start getting the ball rolling, but it takes a little bit to get that ball to roll. I started uploading music to Spotify back in 2017, and I'm now just finally starting to pick up some speed. But you can see, it took a while to get the ball rolling for me. For some people, it might even go faster than that, but for others, it might even take longer depending on how well you market your music. But no matter what stage you're at, we all face the same barriers. One of which is uploading to music onto Spotify in the first place. If you've done any sort of research, you'll know that you can't really just upload music by clicking a button like you can with YouTube. What you really need is a distributor, and these distributors will take your music and not only upload it to Spotify, but they'll also put it to places like Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, anywhere you get your music, basically. I'm always trying to be frugal, except when it comes to my girlfriend. I spoil her way too much, but besides that, I always try to save money. So, of course, I want a distributor that's cheap, but super reliable. I've looked at a lot of options, gone with a couple of distributors, but in the end, DistroKid has always been the distributor that I've stuck with ever since 2017. They've not only gotten rid of that barrier to uploading to Spotify, but they've also made it a lot easier to be an artist in general. Honestly, there's so many good things that I could say about DistroKid. I love them wholeheartedly. However, the one thing that I really think they do well is their focus on helping you grow as an artist. They're always releasing new features, and I'm always taking advantage of whatever new feature they come out with. One of them being the Spotify URL looker upper, which is basically a way to get the Spotify URLs before they release. So that way I can use them for ads and basically build up that momentum that I talk about in a lot of other videos for ads. They also have sync lyrics with Instagram. So if you want to put your lyrics onto Instagram so people can use them in their stories, it's super easy to do that. People do it all the time. And I've had some people share my music through their stories, which is super dope. This year, they released a ton of new features and services. So when they asked me if I wanted to do a recap video on my channel, I was like, of course. I honestly can say that they've done a ton of stuff for artists. And if you don't already know the things that they do, you should know the things that they do. Like I said, Spotify is my main go-to platform for growing my music because they have an algorithm that is unmatched. No other streaming service has as good of an algorithm as they do. Their algorithm will get your music in front of more people, and it just makes it so much easier for little artists like us to get noticed by a bigger audience. A big thing that triggers the algorithm for Spotify is playlists, and if you're put onto a lot of playlists or get a ton of engagement from playlists, that shows Spotify that your music is good and they'll push it out to more people. If you're put onto multiple playlists or there's a playlist that's giving your music a lot of engagement, your chances of being heard through the algorithm grow exponentially. So not only are these playlists helping you out by giving you more streams, but they're also helping you out with the algorithm, which will in turn send your music to new people that don't even know your name yet. DistroKid has over 15 different Spotify playlists, all different genres, all over 15,000 followers, some with even 100,000 followers. So when I say that their focus is on you, it really is on you because they want you to put your music onto these playlists. They have a feature called Spotlight, which allows you to submit your songs in order to get voted by the public. And if your song gets enough votes, it'll be put onto their playlists. Earlier this year, my song Carried Away and my friend Conrad's song Call You Up got onto these playlists. Specifically the Spotlight playlist when it was brand new, and at the time it had like 3,000 followers. This drove 100 new listeners to my song that weren't there before. And like I said, at the time, it was just 3,000 followers. Now that playlist has over 118,000 followers. So if you get onto that playlist or any other one that has over 15,000 followers, like I mentioned, imagine the boost that it could give you. That's a massive help, especially for smaller artists to get that ball rolling. And the cool thing is that it's completely free for all DistroKid users. Another thing that Spotify has is something called Canvas. If you're a Spotify user and you use it on the mobile app, if you've ever noticed that there's these looping videos in the background, that's Canvas. Not too long ago, it was only available to beta testers, so that's why you would only see big artists like Post Malone and Drake use these canvases. I mean, I also had beta access, but you know, it's no big deal. As of a couple of weeks ago, it got out of beta testing, which means that any artist on Spotify can use it. But if you're a DistroKid user, boom, instant access, because you get instant access to Spotify for Artists through DistroKid. They get you connected to Spotify for Artists faster than any other distributor. So if you're trying to use Canvas, DistroKid's got you covered. So all this talk about Spotify, algorithms, playlists, it's all good to know, but the thing is, any established artist, manager, record label, they will tell you that 90% of what makes those streams is the initial marketing. I put a ton of budget into marketing every new release because social media plays a massive role into getting your music out there. Even if you don't have a budget to market your music on social media, you still need to be posting and talking about it on your pages because you need to get the word out there somehow. I did this back when I didn't have any budget for marketing my music at all. I still do it today because it's just good practice to have. So if it's a story or a post that you need for your feed on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever social media, DistroKid has got you covered. They have this promo cards feature that makes it super easy to get appealing graphics for your new songs so you can post it onto your social media. It's convenient if you don't know any graphic design and just need to put something out there. Plus, you can do it in minutes. It does not take long whatsoever. You can make some pretty cool things. This is what I made with that feature. Speaking of graphic design, whenever I post a new song on YouTube, there's always one person in the comments that asks, how do I make the visualizer for my songs? The way I go about making my visualizers takes a lot of effort. I use 3 different programs, one to make the graphics, one to make the waveform, and then one for the lyrics. And it usually takes a couple of hours to finish because I need to sync all the lyrics, put in the waveform, all of that stuff. So it takes a little bit of time. Fortunately, DistroKid has made it a lot easier for you to get visualizers for your songs without anywhere near the amount of effort that I put in for mine. They have a service called Vizy that allows you to make visualizers from songs in your DistroKid account in minutes. You can't add lyrics the way that I do it, but they still provide you with a nice looking waveform, graphics, and even camera motion to make it look more appealing. And honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if they added in lyrics because they have a feature, like I mentioned before, for Instagram to put your lyrics onto Instagram. So it should be easy to translate that over. I'm sure you could implement that into Vizy pretty easily somehow, but I don't know if they're planning on doing that. DistroKid, add lyrics, 2021 feature. Anyway, this was something that I was able to make with Vizy using my song Nostalgia Hits. Super simple, but super cool. And they got multiple options for you to use if you want to go with a different vibe. This only scratches the surface for the amount of features that DistroKid released this year, all of which being helpful tools for artists like you and me. And even though this video is sponsored by DistroKid, I honestly believe that they're doing a great justice for independent artists like us because they provide us with so much value for such a low price. It's amazing. Not many distributors can replicate what they do. They do it well. They do it amazingly. So if you don't already have a distributor and you want to use DistroKid, feel free to use the link in the description down below. It's a referral link. So every time somebody signs up through that link, I get a little kickback, which helps support the channel. Plus, you get 7% off your first year if you use that link. Now, I know I mentioned a bunch of Spotify stuff earlier, and if that interests you at all, feel free to join the Discord down below where we can talk about that stuff in the marketing chat. I love interacting with you guys. I love when you guys talk to each other on the Discord. It's super fun. It's a great community. So feel free to join in, join the conversation. The Discord is almost at 500 members. So feel free to come join and be one of the first 500. Thank you guys for being a part of the community. Thank you, DistroKid, for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys watching. Stay safe out there, make great music, but most importantly, don't be afraid to show your genius.